Hi, everybody.
The thing about it is that she ordered, like when we got it last week, she got, you know how she always talks about the cane sauce?
Uh-huh.
She got the cane sauce, but instead of you know how normally they come in, like, sauces come in a little, like, cup like this, like a little bit of sauce.
Uh-huh.
You know, like normal. She got instead a medium beverage container, like filled up to here with cane sauce.
Uh-huh. And how is that?
Well, I mean, it's just a lot of sauce. I don't know. I've just never seen that before.
Did you guys use it all?
No, I used one of these. Oh shit, one of these.
Did you drink it afterwards?
No. Oh Jesus. If I die midstream, don't stop. By the way, just keep going.
Okay. Content. Hi, everybody. How are we feeling?
Hey.
We're all here. We're doing good. It's our second stream of the week, I think. I think we streamed on Monday. I don't remember.
We did. You know, our clip that you uploaded, like Bryson Scott gets serious about Kindred Heavens, or get real about Kindred Heavens.
Uh-huh.
That got like 50 views. That's pretty good.
We're a pretty big deal.
We're a pretty big deal.
We're up there.
People
with,
flock to us.
We're kind of in like the Mr. Beast category, I feel like. Like we're pretty famous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I hate canes. If your chicken strips are measured by your sauce, then your strips aren't good. Okay, so here's the situation. I know we kind of started mid-conversation. I have never eaten canes in my life. Neither has my partner. Scott and his Amy have for about a month been trying to convince us to eat canes with them. And every time they do, I'm like, it's just chicken tenders. And here's how they convince me. And Scott, don't cut me off, because I'm gonna tell you, this is all true, and you know it is. He always goes, okay, so they have like 4 menu items. It's chicken tenders that aren't that good. It's fries that are soggy. It's coleslaw that you don't ever get, and then it's toast that's toast. But the sauce is really good. And then I'll go, it makes you really sick afterwards. Like, you never feel good after you eat canes. You'll probably shit your guts out the next day. It's really not that good of a time. And really, the food is pretty mid. And then I'll pause and they'll go, but, once you eat it, about once a month, you'll randomly get this craving for canes for the rest of your life. And it will never leave you. And you'll have to get it when that happens. And this is how we tried. True. And they have brought this up so many times that I have finally caved. And I'm like, okay, fine, tonight we can have fucking canes. Because I'm so sick of being asked to have food that's going to apparently make me sick and not taste good. He went, no, don't worry. I figured it out. If you order your fries extra crispy, they come out like normal fries. So they come out not soggy and awful.
This is all true. I mean, I won't deny any of it.
So I don't know if it's good. I've not been sold on the whole situation, but I've been sold on not having to hear about it anymore.
Whoa, the situation?
The situation, yeah, Mike.
Mike the boy.
You guys should have named the Fiso clip something like Fiso fights Super Saiyan Horus. I don't even remember what I named that clip. Um, I figured it could stand on its own no matter what I named it. So,
Can we mention FISO?
yeah.
Is that a banned topic?
Well, I won't tell you to kill yourself.
But, people
but
were
I know
very
some people
upset.
will. Yeah,
Some people were.
You want to talk about that a
no.
little bit or no?
Well, I posted. I talked about this on stream. I don't think I drew the actual image on stream because I wanted it to be a surprise. But I drew like a sketch of Fiesel on stream before I actually did the real drawing. And I was like, hey, isn't this like funny? It's like terrible. It's like a cursed image. It's like it's bad on purpose. And everyone was like, that's funny. I was like, yeah, it is. And I posted it. And then I just went about my day. I was just having a good time. And then all of a sudden, a little bit later, I was watching a baseball game. I was just still chilling by myself. I go to the image. It's doing pretty well, like likes and whys and stuff. And then I see that it has like 60 quote retweets in like 5 hours. And I was like, what? I was like, why? Why does this have so many quote retweets? And I go there and it's just all people telling me that like I'm trash, I'm garbage, I should kill myself. And I was like, I can't believe that so many people are this upset about me drawing Cell as a girl. But oh boy, were they. And then I don't know. I mean, I made a post about it, just kind of like, look how crazy people are. But I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. I get like real talk, right? Like it doesn't make me upset that people didn't like the drawing or whatever, that people got pissy about it. I don't care. People are gonna. It's Twitter. People are. I think Feline called it perpetually on guard, and I really liked that analogy. So they're always going to be upset about something. I just find it sad that we exist in a climate where an artist can't just post like some shitty meme drawing that's not good on purpose. Like, I mean, obviously I didn't set out to make a bad drawing, but like I wasn't trying to make it the best fucking thing I've ever drawn. You know what I mean? It's Cell as a girl. It's supposed to be funny. That's the whole point. But you can't even do that without people taking it so seriously and then being like, wow, this is fucking garbage. Everything this guy does is garbage, and just taking the chance to shit on you. Like, why? I mean, why do people think that's okay? You know what I mean? Like, do they think... I actually talked about this on stream like a few weeks ago when the Spider-Woman stuff was going on. It was like people are very comfortable just shitting on artists that they don't know. And I was like, I don't know if they think like we don't see that. But like when you're an online personality, quote unquote, you see everything. You see all these replies, right? Like you see all these comments. There's no way to avoid them. It's literally your job at that point. And people are just like, I don't know, they feel entitled to be able to like shit on you. I don't know, it's just a very weird sort of phenomenon on the internet, right? That like you can just completely shit on another person. You can say heinous, awful shit to them, and then other people will cheer you on because like I guess in their mind, artists are a totally separate entity. Artists are this other unreachable thing. They're not real people. And then on the other end, it's just like a dude I'm just sitting here and I'm like, wow, people are telling me to fucking kill myself over a drawing. Like that's nuts. But then other people were like, they're like celebrating it. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't understand it. Anyways, it's like I said, not a big deal. It doesn't actually bother me. If anything, it was beneficial. I mean, all the interactions actually helped my account. So like, I mean, thanks, I guess, if you were one of the people that were shitting on it, but I just don't understand it. I mean, like, because even when I was even when I wasn't an artist, I didn't go around commenting on stuff like, wow, this fucking sucks. This is shit. This is terrible. Did you even try? Like, because who would? Like, you have to have something in your brain has to be completely turned off. Like, the empathy switch just has to be, like, turned off to do that, right? In my mind.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy.
Oh well, that was my take on it.
No, yeah, I mean, but the real question is, are you going to delete your account, as you were told
I
to do
am
many
not.
times?
I
You
am
heard it
not
here
gonna delete
first.
my account. I'm also not going to draw it again, and not because people will shit on it, but because like it was just like a goofy little like drawing. It was meant to people go like, ah, why'd you like that's weird. Why'd you draw that? You know, like it was meant to be kind of weird. Like not like an actual thing I want to keep drawing. And I'm not so spiteful, I guess, that I'm just gonna keep drawing it to make people mad. It's just like a one-time thing. It literally just a funny joke. That's all it was supposed to be. But people took it so seriously. Dragon Ball fans are like the worst fans on the on the internet. They're really bad.
Which is weird because you'd think out of all the fandoms, like Dragon Ball is so goofy and silly. Like you would think they'd be more into memes and stuff, but they take it so seriously.
You would think. You would think. But no. Well, don't mess with Dragon Ball fans. They've not read the manga or watched the show.
Well, I hope you've learned your lesson,
I
and I hope you won't make that same mistake again.
Yes, and I want everyone to know that if you come in the server and start like chastising me or telling me that I should do something differently, I will ban you. I mean, just like fuck off. But you know, whatever.
What he's saying
Like,
is he
it's
didn't
fine.
learn his lesson, everybody.
What I'm saying is I didn't learn my lesson. I'm saying I don't regret anything. But other than that, has anything else been going on? You know, I mean, I'm also not upset because I've talked about it for a long time. I've wanted to be involved in like Twitter drama. I wanted some beef. And
Well, you know what sucks
like
about it? This is fucking stupid. That's what's. It's not even like something that's like really that funny or that we can make fun of. It's so dumb and asinine. And in fact, like, I get what you're saying about the fact of like it doesn't upset you. Like you don't get upset as in like people critiquing your art or giving you shit about that. But it is just upsetting that people can't just draw what they want to draw and just have fun without feeling like they're going to be attacked and stuff. Because not everyone has thick skin. There are plenty of people that like what happened to you would make them stop.
I've said this before, but like it literally feels like, you know, when like a rapper releases a song or something, and it's just like a funny little thing, and they get clowned on for it, and people are like, "This is fucking awful. This is garbage," and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is just like a fun little song that they released like for enjoyment. It's not all that serious. Like what's up with the dog pile? You know. I don't know. It's just strange. I mean, it's like I understand, right? It's when you do this, you put anything online, you're signing a social contract. You know, you're going out there and you're saying like, okay, I know that like people are free to say whatever they want to say because this is the internet and whatever this like that's part of it. I get that. That doesn't mean that it's not stupid or ridiculous. You know, so like I understand the social contract element of it, and like you know there's benefits to posting online, but there's also assholes and stuff. But it's just like you're technically free to act like that. I just don't think that there's a reason to. But
I
whatever.
think it's a net negative for everyone, for yourself, for other people. I don't think that doing that contributes anything. Yo, Flork, thank you for the sub. The go.
Yo, Flork, what's up, dude?
Shout out.
We were talking about asking you on stream sometime.
This isn't us formally asking you, but it's us formally asking you.
No, I mean, yeah, this is us florkily asking you. But anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, people being mad at me. Fee-cell. Yeah, it I don't know. I like there's no lesson here. You know what I mean? Like the guy like these people, like there was one person that like, you know, said some really horrible shit, and then I responded to them, and they deleted all their tweets. It's like, did you not think I would read it? Like you tagged me, you know.
One thing that I will say definitely is a lesson is to not just like blatantly randomly accuse people of things and then be wrong about it. I will say that.
Yeah, and then, oh god, I drew this foot backwards. Oh, Lucia, your big toe's not on this side of your foot. Why didn't anyone stop me? So by Twitter drama, you'd want it to just be something silly and not actually serious. No, I mean like I just want it to be less stupid. Like the guy that was like started all this, because there's like one account there was that I could tell that like originally got people going and upset. And it was like just some like small artist clearly trying to get clout. Like their whole account was just them being like an edgelord, and it was like really like I don't know, just sort I guess like pitiful. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I want to get in a big beef with like a real, serious
So
artist.
what we're saying, when Scott gets revealed to be a girl and is a different name and everything, that's the kind of drama we want.
Yes, my real name is Tina.
Yeah. Yeah, when that happens, that's what we're seeking out.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just silly and a little sad. But I'm over it. It doesn't bother me.
Just gotta have fun with it. Which is nice. Thank you for the sub, Avid Gladiator.
Flork says had the same thing happen to me when we did anime girl thigh, even got death threats. It's just an energy drink powder. Some dudes got massively bent out of shape over a joke. Yeah, you're like sponsored by GamerSups, right? I tried actually. I DM'd them and I was like, "Hey, do you want to sponsor me?" And they were like, "Yeah, let me send you like a care package." And then they sent me like a package of their stuff, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then they never got back to me.
I want a Lucia cup. They do like the waifu cups.
Yeah, I want a fucking Lucia cup. Come on now.
Flork, if you could pass this along that we want a Lucia cup. Flork said I'll send them a message. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll chill. I mean, we don't care.
If I could get Lucia on a cup, I will do anything. I don't care. We have long
I'll
since
buy
said
20 myself.
We're very big into being artistic and creative, but we will just shill for money. And we think that's expected of us. Speaking of which, by the way, in the middle of all this controversy, if you'd like to go support Kindred Heavens, I'm not signed into Twitch, so my thing didn't work again. But I'll do it here. God damn it, I don't know why Streamlabs keeps doing that. You can support Kindred Heavens there. Scott, I've been meaning to ask you that green string thing following your strokes, is that Lazy Nezumi?
Yes, it is Lazy Nezumi.
Just discovered it, but I'm having technical issues with it.
What problem are you having? I will try and help.
Scott's kind of a shill for Lazy Nezumi. Honestly, we could get a Lazy Nezumi sponsorship.
I basically already am. Like, they're not paying me, but I try and get everybody to get Lazy Nezumi. Anybody that does fan art, what? Anybody that does line art that's like consistent, like not sketchy, I think it would be a huge help. What I'm saying is, Flork, you should get Lazy Nezumi and get like perfectly pristine lines.
Perfect Florks.
Perfect Florks. Like, yes, look how smooth. He's happy. He's very good.
Usually when I lift my pen, the stroke keeps following it.
When you lift your pen, the stroke keeps following it. Well, they have like a bunch of different settings. I'm assuming you've tried a lot of them. I use smoothing massive. So what that does is you can see like it kind of lags behind a little bit of where my actual cursor is. But once I lift up, it stops. So I don't know. Maybe try different settings if you've not tried that. Maybe rehook it to whatever program you're using. I'm using Photoshop, so.
Also, Flork said I use Procreate for regular art and MS Paint for comics.
I don't know if you can hook Lazy Nezumi to MS Paint, but you might be able to.
There's a fix on their website, but it's for Photoshop. I'm using CSP, which might be my issue.
Yeah, I don't use CSP, so I don't know. I can't speak to its how to fix it there, But
I mean,
I
honestly,
don't know,
if
maybe
they have a fix for Photoshop, if you contact their support, they might know what to do with
yeah,
CSV.
I was gonna say maybe try contacting support.
Also, somebody or M Shady said Bryce is the chat AI all streamers need. I'd like to think so. Also, speaking of that, we skipped over a lot that people said while we were ranting, so I'm gonna scroll back up. Rob Kuro said, "What's good, guys? What's really good? Didn't expect to see you guys worked on a book about cats and bread, but should be an interesting one to read." Would you like to talk about the loaf
Yes.
real quick?
Technically, this doesn't have any. This is one of the few things I'll ever do that has nothing to do with price.
That is true.
It's a fun. I'll pull up some pages from it. It's a fun little comic, man. I actually, I mean, it was drawn a long time ago. Can I see when?
I mean, it was before the Patreon.
No, I can't.
Or at least
Yeah, it was
during early days of the Patreon at the very
Yeah, I think I started it before the Patreon. But yeah, it's my friend Ryan. He made a book called The Color Guard that I drew a while back. And then he contacted me again, wanting to do a book called The Loaf. And it's about this girl named Charlie who I won't show off too much of the thing, but all these pages are already on the Kickstarter page. But it's about basically cat bread that comes to life. So Charlie's a baker, and she gets these secret ingredients that turns. Actually, I'll just show a little sequence here. So like, you know, they mix everything together. They put it in the baking tin. You know, goes here, but it puts it in the oven. All of a sudden, the oven starts to freak out. They pull it out. It starts meowing. They open it, and it's cat bread. It was a super fun little comic to work on. It was like one of those things where I was working on it, where I just kind of stopped and was like, my job is awesome. I get to draw cat bread for a living. But yeah, it's been done for a long time, so I'm really excited that the Kickstarter is out now.
Yes, here's a link to it if anyone would like to back it. I'll drop a link in just a second.
Yeah, it's a big year. A lot of stuff coming out.
And we still ain't done.
And we're not done. We got a big thing.
Scott, I
August
got
1st.
you in with Gamer Subs. I'll send the message.
Yo, the boy,
the goat. You said August 1st, really? Do we have the official date for that?
That's when it's going to be announced.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that because we had to wait until after the
Kickstarter.
the Kindred Heavens Kickstarter.
That's yeah.
So August 1st, a new announcement for a new thing, where we can all celebrate life and give us money. But no, it should be really fun. And then after that, I actually think that we'll have a little break. We'll have a little.
I think the rest of the year will be decently slow, but then next year we got more stuff already. I mean, obviously Kindred Heavens too. But...
yeah, we'll have probably another comic announced at least. But yeah, good times all around. I love doing stuff. I love sharing.
It's much better than all the years
people.
where we were just writing stuff for ourselves and not doing anything. It's very exciting getting to feel like we're constantly getting to talk about our stuff. Also, Ingo, thank you for pinning the loaf message.
Yeah, so if that sounds fun to you, if a book about cat bread sounds like a good time, drawn by me, go check it out.
Yeah, like Scott says, one of the few things that he did that I had no involvement in, because it was when he was doing commission work still. Let me keep scrolling through. Avid Gladiator also asked, what amount do you have your thing set to for smoothing massive?
What? I just have it on the default smoothing massive. I don't know if you can like change it. Oh, I guess you can. Okay. Well, I've never messed with any of these settings before, so these are my settings. I think they're just the default smoothing massive settings, and it works great for me. It's reminiscent of I Photoshop has a smoothing tool, but it's fucking garbage. CSP has a smoothing tool. It is marginally better, but still pretty trash. Strangely enough, the art program that I think has the very best smoothing tool is Paint Tool Sai. I used to, a long time ago, before I had Lazy Nezumi, I would go into Paint Tool Sai to ink my images, and then bring them back into Photoshop to color. Now that I have Lazy Nezumi, there's no need, but
Are you guys going to do anything with channel points in the future? Because I have a lot. Well, we have the incinerator now, which is where...
yes, if you just like to burn them.
You can just burn them.
If you're sitting over there and those channel points are just burning a hole in your pocket while you wait on us to do anything with them, then go ahead.
Also, earlier, when you were drawing the ankle bracelet, someone asked if she was on house arrest.
Yes, she is a criminal.
This is house arrest, Lucia.
She's convicted of burglary and breaking and entering.
Mm-hmm.
And breaking hearts. Am I right?
I thought you were going to go with like the easy cop-out public nudity answer, but instead you just made her just a straight-up bad dog.
Delinquent. Yeah, just a bad dog.
I am the dog. And jaywalking. That is true. You know, I've jaywalked in my life, Scott.
Yeah, you have.
I'm a hardened criminal.
They're going to come and get you. They're going to come get you for saying that.
You know, I've just walked straight in the street in my life before.
Is that how you broke your ankle?
No, that's a thing people used to just do where I grew up. It was really common. I don't know.
I think all cities.
Yeah,
do
I was
it.
gonna say it's just like if there's no cars coming, you will on it. I don't know why. You will see people walking more in the street than you will on sidewalks a lot of time. I really don't know why. It's a strange
I do
thing.
it when I go to a city, even Cincinnati. I'll do it. It's just life's just different in the city, man.
It's true. Yeah, I was a bit of a hardcore jaywalker. That's a good way to describe it.
I was just gonna draw this guy like this as like a generic thing, but I could just draw a flork.
Somebody said, "Oh my God, his ear is a question mark."
I can't draw the florks quite as well as you.
Well, I think it's because you like, you brought up a good point. You make everything look too smooth. You don't flork it enough. Go into MS Paint and draw it, and then like copy it in.
Hold on. I can flork this. I can flork this.
I can flork this.
I gotta turn Lazy Nezumi off.
Let him flork. You should do a flork post sheet.
There you go.
You got the official approval. Flork said pretty close.
Good. I'll put that off to the side. I'll see if that's what I end up actually going with. His ear is a question mark. You were right.
You should leave the drawing like this, like with their body all separated.
It will be. That's the idea. I'm going for
Artistic.
what do you call it? Like an artistic interpretation. It's gonna be really wacky, really strange.
Oh, Bryce, do you ever do writing critiques? I used to sometimes in the writing discussion when people would post like their stories, I would sometimes read through them and give them advice. I would say I don't give like serious critiques that often. I just don't think I'm the person to be doing that.
Bryce has no confidence.
True. What can I say? I think I'm bad until I write something good, in which case I think I'm the greatest writer of all time. And there's really never an in-between with me. You know, my birthday is next week.
That true?
That is true. The 14th. So assume some streams will be mixed next week. I don't know how many, but I'm taking a bit of a break. Probably at least.
You hear that, guys? He doesn't want to spend his birthday with you.
I've spent my past 2 birthdays streaming, for the record.
Is that true?
It actually is, yes. So don't even. I actually have the VOD from last year's birthday. Yeah, because the 14th is my birthday, so Friday. So I'm probably gonna be gone from Wednesday until Monday at least. Like I'm probably gonna take the end of the week off. I never really take breaks or vacations, more so than my weekend off. My weekend's off, but feels like a good time too. I always like to for my birthday. I like to take a little bit of a break. It's kind of like a mid-year little break.
What you're saying is you're lazy.
Fucking lazy, yeah. Scott likes to do this thing where anytime I take a break, he calls me lazy, and he knows that it slightly hurts me. He knows that it slightly actually almost makes me not take the break.
What can I say?
Because the real problem is that I hate not working. Because I feel guilty when I don't work. So I work a lot, and I work very hard. So taking a break.
Except for around your birthday.
Except for around my birthday. It's the one time where I'm like, I can get myself not to feel guilty. Taking a break around this time. Because the way I see it, there are so many things that I need to write and so many things that need done. And I only have so much of my life to go. You know, I got to get it all done now.
It's true. You might die soon.
That is true.
Especially at the rate of which you've been breaking bones lately.
I've only broken... this is the first time I've ever done this.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
if you're already breaking one now... Bryce has old woman bones.
Wow. Mr. Oh, my back hurts. If my back still hurts this much, I'm going to have to go to the doctors. Oh.
Hey, now, in fairness, I have a nerve problem.
Yeah. In fairness, I have feet problems. I've had feet problems my whole life. For those who don't know, I actually have a unique condition in my feet where one of my feet is high arched and the other one is flat footed, which creates problems for me when I walk a little bit.
Your little baby got foot problems?
Yeah, I used to have to wear shoes with extra padding when I was younger because the problem with it, from the way they explained to me when I was a kid, because my heels used to hurt really bad. It's something to do with because one is flat and one is high arched, they kind of come down slightly off balanced. So I walk a little bit off balance, I guess, is how they kind of worded it. So I need the extra padding to supplement that. Now that you know what? I did that my whole life until this year, and I broke my foot. I'm not saying there's a correlation. I'm not saying. That's awful, Bryce. Sucks. You should get your feet broken and reset. You know what? Maybe I can have them break my other foot into being flat. Like flat arch it through break. I remember when I was a kid, I learned about this. Because I learned about this when I was like 7 or 8. Because I was having a lot of problems walking to school. I don't really have the problems walking too much anymore. I don't know if I've just gotten used to it or whatever. It's only when I walk a lot that I still feel it. But I do remember when this happened, my dad, the first thing my dad said to me, this is always stuck with me. He went, "You'll never be able to join the military, son." I don't know. It's always stuck with me. That's always stuck with me.
That's so your dad.
In my dad's defense, most Beals have been in the military, including my father, as far as I remember. Although he wasn't in it very long because he had a back problem and got discharged like really early on. I break tradition. You know, my dad once sat me down. This is when I was like 15. I never had a girlfriend. I don't know if I've ever told this story. I think I have. And he was like, I hadn't had a girlfriend at that point. Like I was just sitting home playing video games all day, playing Final Fantasy, not giving a shit, yada yada. I remember my dad took me, sat me down. He was like talking. We're having a normal conversation. And he goes, "You know, Bryce, you're my only son." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You know, if the Beale line could end with you." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "You know, like if you don't have children, my name might not live on. You know, the last name might go if you don't, have children." I guess because I had not shown any interest in girls to that point. That's always stuck with me too.
Valid concern.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It's always stuck with me. He's also brought this up to me multiple times since then. About how I carry I'm the last bastion of the Beale name.
God forbid we don't get more Beals.
God forbid.
When I think of great historical clans, I think about the Delanos, the Roosevelts.
You know, my dad
The
also
Beals.
has like 6 siblings. So, but none of them are Beals because I think they were all born to a different dude. I think, if I remember correctly. And then I think
Not the Beale clan.
my grandfather is the only kid that, or sorry, my dad is the only kid that my grandfather had with my grandmother. I don't know. I get my family's history is they tell it to me all the time, and I just don't retain any of it. I wish I did. I really try to. I'm really bad at it though.
I tried to teach Bryce how to calculate a tip.
And I
the other
learned.
day.
I learned by the end of the day. I got it.
Is that true?
Yeah, remember I did it. I did the math in the car.
All right, calculate a tip for a bill that is this.
So if you want to do 20%, you want to move the decimal point over. So you want
Which way?
So you want to move it on the other side of the 4. So you want it before 13. That's 10%. So then you want to times that, and so it would be
Times it by what?
Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Wait. No, hold on. You want to times it by 2.
Okay.
So it would be, I don't remember. You erased the 3. So was that a 3, or is that gone from the situation?
That's gone from the equation.
Okay, so it would be 8.2. Right?
8.2.
Like 4 times 2 is 8, and then you get the 2. Right?
What about this 3?
I didn't know the 3 was still in the equation. Oh wait, so wait, the 3 stays. I think I misunderstood what you told me yesterday, and I think I just lucked into getting it right.
Oh god.
Everyone, for the record, we talked about it on stream. I'm really, really bad at math. Bryce, big brain mode. No, you don't understand. I am really severely bad at math. I don't know how to divide, really. I don't know how I survived all of high school, but yeah, I took 2 hours of math multiple times.
This bodes poorly for the future of the Beale clan.
So I get that it's 6.82 now that I know that it's 3.41. I didn't know the 3 still mattered.
Why wouldn't it still matter?
I don't know. You never told me to worry about that. You never told me to erase the last number. I don't know. You could.
Do you think when you're paying something, does your decimal point go to the thousandths? Is there 3 decimal points?
Well, I just yesterday you told me to do that and it was 5 and I tipped $10 and you told me that was right.
Because it was like okay, never mind.
So wait, no, but if I would have done that yesterday it was $25, like the meal I got. And if I would have,
let's do this together.
No, hold on. Yeah, and you told me it was 25.20. First of all, please get the numbers accurate.
Okay.
And you told me I moved the decimal point over. So
right.
And then I times the 5 by 2, and that's how I got $10. So what did you actually want me to do then? You wanted me to do 2.5 times 2?
You didn't tip $10. I told you to tip 5.
I tipped $10.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I asked you multiple times it was $10 and you said yes.
No, no, I said no every time. You asked me 3 times. I said no, it's 5.
Oh, well, I tipped $10
Jesus
yesterday.
Christ.
Well, they got a good tip. So okay, so now I understand. So I want to because you told me not to smash the 2 numbers together. You told me to work it out in my head slowly. So
okay, I'm gonna go through this again. I'm gonna go through.
Wait,
this
no,
again,
let
okay?
me cook. Let me cook. Let me.
All right.
So you move the net. You move it on the other side of the 5. So then
Okay.
it's 2.5 times 2, which is $5.
Yes.
Okay.
$5.04.
Yeah. Well, I didn't
Because
even do the change. The
this-
change was too complicated for me, so I don't even think about that.
This is 10% of 25.20, right? That's why when you move the decimal point over, you get 10% of whatever the total is. Okay? So when you multiply that by 2, you then get 20%.
So why did I tip $10?
I don't know. I can't answer that question. I have no earthly idea, actually.
You know what? I bet I made that woman happy. That's all that matters. You want 20% of a number?
Just he's not going to do that.
I was going to say, we did just talk about how I don't know how to divide. That's even harder for me. I can divide a little bit. I can do very basic division. This is I am really, really bad at math. I was really bad at school in general. I'm not. That's why I became a writer, because I don't understand school stuff.
We're getting a grade A look into why I'm the one who does the taxes.
That is true. Scott let me try and do my own taxes one year, and I got about 5 minutes into it before he told me that he was afraid of me doing taxes for myself. And now he helps me with my taxes. And then our taxes got too complicated, so now we have a guy that helps us with our taxes.
I love that guy. Top 5 guy.
Top 5 guy. I kind of thought we were going to do 5 Guys tonight. I'm not going to lie. I was a little disappointed at first when you said Canes. It's okay. I'll do 5 Guys for my birthday.
5 Guys is good. If you do 5 Guys for your birthday, order me some 5 Guys.
I think me and Amy
it.
are getting ramen for my birthday. You guys won't go to that ramen place with us anymore, so we just eat there now on our own.
I got so messy when I went there.
Well, we just like pick it up and bring it home. We don't really actually. It's not really. I like the place. It's not really the kind of place to like. I don't know. I don't feel the need to eat there.
Well, I would still just get messy at home.
Oh yeah, but at least you're getting messy at home.
You guys, worse, I'll just spill soup everywhere.
You guys are tipping too much for this economy. Scott and I would say are actually typically pretty good tippers.
I tip 20%, except unless it's something extraordinary. Like one time on Christmas Eve, actually, plans got messed up and my family wasn't able to come, and so we didn't have anything to eat because we could have eaten like that stuff, but I was like, I kind of want something out, but the roads were so snowed over and like icy and stuff. I didn't want to drive, so I left a really big tip on DoorDash, and somebody took the order. Because on DoorDash, if you like the Dashers can see your tips before they take the order. So if you leave a low tip in like a situation like that, nobody's gonna take your order.
I was also always taught to tip big because my grandmother basically raised my dad off tips because she worked at a diner for most of her career until she slipped and fell and got a really big check out of it and then moved to Florida and is now living her best life.
Good for her.
But for years, through really tough times with my dad and like a lot of really bad stuff going on, she raised him by just working all day in that diner and just living off of tips. So I was always taught to tip people very well, especially if they're good, but just if you can in general because of how rough it could be for them. It's something my dad always instilled in me. That diner, in classic fashion, gone. Now we're Royal Farms. Consumerism gets everyone, baby. My grandmother is great. I love her to death. She is like 90 years old, living her best life down in Florida, getting drunk off wine every day. Just living her best life. She got her eyes tattooed, like her eyelids, so it looks like she's always wearing eyeliner. She got her lips tattooed, so it looks like she's always wearing lipstick. She's living her best life.
Her.
She's just down there vibing, dude. She's just drinking Arbor Mist all day and just partying.
Not Arbor Mist.
Ingo said, ooh, what? It's actually a more common thing than you think. It doesn't look like how you probably think it looks. You probably think it looks like really strong. It doesn't, like the lipstick especially, like it doesn't really look super strong. I don't know. You can't really tell, to be honest, unless they tell it. Now, eyes tattooed sounds horrible. Yeah, I mean, I could never imagine wanting to do it, but she did pop out like 7 kids. So I think she's a tough cookie. She's great. She gave me a Bible last time I saw her.
Welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the chat room.
She wants me to visit her in Florida really bad. She's always asking me to come down, but I don't want to go to Florida.
I've been to Florida multiple times.
I've never been. I've never been more south than DC, I don't think. I think it's the most south I've ever been.
Isn't Pennsylvania below DC?
No, Pennsylvania's above Maryland. Pennsylvania's attached to New York. What are you talking about? What? Hold on. Virginia
My geography is
below
failing
DC.
me.
And the Carolinas, in case you're wondering.
This is just like when I learned how close Arkansas is.
It's just like when Scott told me I had to ship something to Arizona, and then he was wrong, and it was Arkansas. And we learned it was going to be a lot cheaper, and that also Arkansas is really close. Amy said we could visit her, then go to Disney. I mean, we could, but we also couldn't. I just don't want to go to Florida. I'm not sure I'm going to survive Texas with how hot it's going to be. Watching you guys are like watching an old married couple sometimes. We've been told that a lot in our lives.
I'm the top.
Wow. Next time we all go out to eat, I'm going to proudly figure out the tip all on my own.
Oh boy.
No, I got this. And then if I'm wrong, I'll just say I intended to tip that much. What's the biggest tip you've ever left?
The biggest tip I like for anything?
For any like food, yeah.
It would be something like the fancy steakhouse we go to. Just because that place is so expensive, your tip kind of has to be as well. Which I think it was probably like $100, maybe a little under $100.
Yeah, I think the last time I went there and paid for everything for you, I think I tipped like $100. Maybe more, I don't remember.
So probably that.
What outfit is this, Lucia?
I'm doing well, it's just like a normal bikini, but I'm doing like a fancy kind of like
Fancy kini?
art, a fancy kini, an artistic kini, an art kini. So it's you'll see.
Amy said I'll make him practice, and Ingo said do that or he'll tip 1,000. Yeah, I could end up doing that by accident one day.
I can't believe you. So you tipped 10. You asked me 3 times, and I said no every time, and then you still did it.
Well, I had this problem of I don't actually listen to people when they speak to me a lot of times.
I can't fucking believe this.
Well, I did think 10 was a little bit much. I was a little surprised when you said yeah.
That's so weird because I didn't.
So, this year for Thanksgiving, I'm probably not going to be with my family.
Right.
I assume you're probably going to do Thanksgiving with your family, and I'm assuming you'll probably invite me.
Yeah.
We should also go to Jeff Ruby's around that time. Or to any fancy steakhouse.
Wait, that's what I did last Thanksgiving, is I took my family to Jeff Ruby's. The problem was that my sister had lice, so she couldn't go. But I think I forgot about the floor.
I could just imagine her talking to the waiter and being like, "How do you want to cut?" And her being bloody. I want it bleeding.
So yeah, you've seen her eat steak and like do the suck on it thing.
Yeah, it's really weird. Scott's sister, when she eats steak, she puts it in her mouth, and she's like 7, right?
Yeah.
And she just sucks on it, and that's it. It's so strange.
It's not appetizing to watch. That's for sure. She'll just take she likes her steak like almost raw, and then she'll just take little strips of it and just suck all the juice out and then eat it.
Your mom also talked about her. She does not like her food. I remember when you made us that prime rib, and she looked at me and she went, "You like that? You can eat that?" And I went, "Yeah, it's really good." And she's like, "That's just too pink for me. That's."
Yeah, she doesn't like. Not a fan of medium rare.
My mom is also a well-doner, so I get it. I don't know where they went wrong.
A lot of old people are. I don't know why.
No, I will say, I've met a lot of old women that are. Old men, dude, they'll eat it even rawer than I will. My dad would eat a raw
Some of
steak.
them. I've met people that will do that actually.
My dad, I know for a fact, has eaten just raw steak before. Because my dad.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I literally, I've met people that they'll just find raw steak and just eat it. Just sit there and eat raw meat.
Yeah, my dad grew up in a butcher shop, so he is, however desensitized you can be to raw meat, my dad is it. My dad does not give, dude. He doesn't care. I remember one time when I was a kid, my dad took me out, and he was like, "Son, look at all these goats behind the butcher shop," or whatever the fuck. And I was like, "Oh my god, they're so cute." And I was talking to him, and then he pauses. He puts his hand around me. He goes, "Look at all that meat." And he goes, "All that is gonna be meat, son, and we're gonna eat it." And then he took me into the butcher shop, and I just remember seeing whole cows being skinned, and he was like, "Look at all that meat, son. Look at all that meat." My dad's not a big chicken guy. He's not even a big pork guy. My dad's a beef man.
I'm with him.
My dad loves fucking steaks. He loves anything with beef. You know, my dad has eaten bull testicles before.
Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah, he's eaten fried bull testicles. My dad's basically, if you could put any kind of meat in front of him, and he'll eat it. Never in your life, Scott, if you encounter my dad, give him anything on a bone, because he eats it like a goddamn carnivore would. Like, I mean, it's gross. When my dad eats something off a bone, he basically is just like, he eats it like he's out in the wild, like hunched down over something that he's just killed.
That's my guy.
And when I asked him about it, because he does this every time, like legitimately, he goes, well, sometimes, son, I think it's important to remember where we've come from, that we are a primal being of feasting and gorging. And sometimes when you get that bone in your hand, doesn't it take you back to when we were cavemen, just eating and ripping things apart? And I'm like, Dad, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is all true. He'll own up to it. My dad loves meat. Can't eat it anymore. It makes him sick now because he's eaten too much red meat in his life, but he'll still do it, for the record. That steak we had yesterday was good. I fucking love steak, bro.
You know, I have no idea if this drawing is going to look good at all.
Isn't that how you always feel when you're drawing?
No, usually I like have an idea, but like I'm trying something a little different this time. So I'm like, I have no idea if this will even like.
What is the different thing, other than the fact that her body is all separated?
That is the different thing.
Oh,
I'm like, I have no idea.
Are you actually going to leave it that way?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just memeing earlier.
No. You don't understand art.
I am not an artiste.
You're not an artiste.
Are you guys big burger people? I fucking love burgers.
If a food exists, I most likely will be able to eat it every day for a week.
I was gonna say, I would say Scott and I we are probably the most unpicky eaters. Not in the way that his Amy is. Not like we're raccoons. Like, not like we'll just eat bad foods. But we will eat like good, like, I don't know. There are very few foods I've been. It actually, I would have to sit and think if like a food I don't like I actively like. There are foods like, kind of like I know it's funny because we were talking about Cane's, like chicken tenders. There are foods like that I'm kind of like, okay, I mean they're just chicken tenders, like, you know. Where there's like certain things like that where I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But there are very few things where I'm like, I could not eat that.
Here's how I am with most foods, or in general. I'm not picky, but I will eat a lot of the same food because I have like fucking gnat. I have like, you know, a set selection of stuff that I really like. And if it were up to me, I would pretty much like just eat that. Like I would eat the same like 3 things over and over again. I would eat like steak, tacos, and spaghetti for the rest of my life, and a turkey sandwich. But I will eat anything. So like I'm picky in the sense that I tend to only eat the stuff that I really, really like, but not picky in the sense that like I would eat anything.
Really,
you know?
because I'm kind of the same way of eating the same things consistently. It's mostly just because it takes too much effort for me to think about eating different things. Like, it's just very easy to be like, okay, making the same thing every day. I get the same thing from the store every time, with like slight variations here and there. That chicken of yours would be in rotation if it wasn't so goddamn unhealthy. Because I fucking love that chicken you make.
It's quite a lot. I made it, actually, it was really sad. I cooked it last night, and it, I guess, like, the chicken just wasn't very good, because it was, like the quality of the chicken. I've never had that happen.
Did you guys get it from Kroger? Me and Amy have noticed that the chicken from Kroger has been off lately. Like, it's been legitimately, like, every single time we've gotten it, it's been super, like, gristly and fucking gross. So we actually, like yesterday she went, like, she was like, I'm gonna go to Walmart and see if they have better chicken, because it's been consistent for a while. We might
have to try that, because
she went last time and said there wasn't even any, like, she couldn't even, like, the Walmart had been cleared out, but it was also, she went later in the day. So yeah, I just figured we have also encountered that.
It was disappointing because I love that chicken.
Yeah, the only time what we did last time we went to Kroger to get around that is instead of buying like the tenders, we bought like a breast and like chopped it into tenders and just chopped like all the gristle off, which isn't always that easy to do. But thankfully, like that time it was pretty easy. But that kind of defeats the whole purpose of that chicken, because that chicken, the whole purpose of it is that it's super easy to make. It's no effort. You just put chicken in a pan and put a bunch of shit in the pan and then cook it for an hour.
True. You know, I beat Ingo at chess yesterday.
Is that true?
It is true. I'm still on my winning streak.
Oh, you know what? Can I get something from you for my birthday? Can I make a request?
Sure.
Not on my birthday, just sometime during my vacation. Can you cook that meatloaf and give me like leftovers?
Sure.
Like the cornbread pudding and the beans and everything?
I got you.
Sweet. It doesn't really matter
Amy
what day
will-
because you can just give it to me the next day. Like, so it doesn't matter when.
She fucking loves that, but I don't make it. I'll tell you why is because I don't like making meatloaf because you have to fucking like get your hands in there.
You have to
and do
making
stuff.
meatloaf is a process of kneading meat. And it doesn't really feel particularly good to do.
No, I always feel like I need a bath afterwards, so I avoid making it. But yeah, I'll do it. It'll get Amy off my back for a while about it.
And like I said, you don't have to worry about me coming over or anything. Just make you. There's always enough for leftovers. You said, so I will eat them. Also, that's one of those kind of foods that heats up. Like leftovers are real good of that meal. There are some foods that taste really good as leftovers. Bryce, did you just ask for leftovers from meatloaf for your birthday? You've not had this meatloaf Scott makes. It's
pretty
really
tight.
fucking good. Scott makes this like meatloaf, pork and beans, and then this like cornbread pudding, and everything individually is good, but it's one of those things of it all comes together into this mess on your plate that's really fucking beautiful. It's also different than any kind of meatloaf I've ever had, because most meatloafs I've had in my life, and I like these too, but they're like big slabs. I mean, they're like loaves of bread of meat. Scott's isn't really like that. It's almost like a lot flatter. Not in like a bad way. It's like it's a totally different like taste and texture than most meatloafs I've had.
I have several really good recipes that I make a lot. Like the meatloaf, the chicken and stuff. They're all my grandmother's recipes. she's a very good
That's
cook.
also why they're all really unhealthy, I would assume.
Yeah. She has this fudge that we tried to make. We talked about that. Didn't go well.
Yeah, but why do you just want the leftovers? What? No. I wasn't saying I just want the leftovers. I was saying that way he doesn't have to worry about, because when he makes it, there's a lot. So it's just like, if he makes it, he just gives me the leftovers. That way it's not like I have to come over. Not that I'd be opposed to coming over and eating dinner. But also, my Amy does not like meatloaf. Or really any of those things. So it's kind of one of those things of like, you'd have us both over for dinner, but only one of us would eat it. Which is more
Last time that we did that, she did eat toast while we were.
Yeah, she's not a fan. Not because she doesn't like it or anything. She just doesn't really like that kind of stuff that much. She loves that chicken though.
I mean, how could you not? I mean, it's basically just Parmesan ranch and
That
butter.
is
That's
one
all
of
it
those
is.
things that whenever her and I make it, I fucking gorge myself on it. Like, it's bad. It's made even more unhealthy by the fact of how much I eat whenever her and I make it.
And I like the bow tie pasta with it.
Yeah, that Alfredo sauce blends really well with it. I'm making myself really hungry. I'm excited for food tonight. It better be good. I'll never let you live this down if it's not good.
Like I said, you'll eat it and you'll be like, "Wow, this is pretty good."
Amy
And
said
then a month later,
oh yeah, we do make broccoli with ours when we make that thing, because I just need to eat some kind of vegetable so I don't feel as guilty.
I made burgers earlier this week,
Uh-huh.
and Amy made me make corn on the cob.
Your Amy does like corn on the cob. She brings it up a lot. Like every chance we can to eat something, she brings up corn. My
It
Amy,
is what it is.
my Amy also loves corn, for the record. So
I mean, it's pretty good. Don't get me wrong. I like corn.
can you guys wish my sister a happy birthday? Her birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday, Matt's sister.
Happy birthday, Matt's sister. Welcome to the whatever age you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm old.
Yeah. Younger than me, though.
I'm, well, same age in a way.
Youngest of our friend group. She's 30, Matt said. Happy 30th. Is she turning 30?
Happy 30th.
Or is she... Happy 30th or 31st.
You know, my Amy is
Or 29th if you're in denial.
29. Black balloons.
Going all out. I feel like your Amy would kill us if she heard us on stream. I mean, it's good she doesn't listen to a lot of the streams.
She used to when she had her job at the college, but since she moved jobs, she isn't able to listen to streams quite as much. So, thankfully, we're good. Also, when we used to stream, like during the day, remember when we used to stream at like we'd start at 5,
Start at 6.
start at 6. That was awful. That was a terrible thing.
We go from 6 to 8 to sometimes even 9. Yeah, that was actually how we started streaming. Remember, when we only streamed once a week, it would be Thursdays from 6 to 8.
Yeah, that was a downright no good bad time.
The worst
I don't know
part
why
about
we
it,
did that.
that was when I lived with my folks most of that. So like they would make dinner, and I would like dinner would be done while I'd be streaming, and then I'd finish streaming at 8, and then I would be like, "Fuck, I'm so goddamn hungry." Also, that was when I lived in one room with Amy. Like for the earliest for like 5 years, me and Amy were 4 years, I guess. We were stuck in one room together. We lived in my folks' house, and we were broke for a lot of it, and so I just lived in one room. We just lived in the room I grew up in, and so like I would be streaming, and she would just be sitting there having to be quiet the whole time, and I always felt really bad about it. But now we've moved on up. Now we've moved out of that home into another home, and then into another state.
Glad we finally got you out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took some work, you know.
It did take some work. Scott did have to have a heart-to-heart with me about moving out. Because I didn't want to. Bye, feline.
Bye, feline.
Bye,
We're sorry. That's what I should have done about the fee cell thing. I should have just made a thing, been like, "We're sorry."
You should have just posted that South Park gif. Now that I think about it, that's probably how I came into the stream, Ingo says, because when you started at 6, that means it was midnight here. Yeah, we did that for a long time. And then when we started streaming 2-3 times a week, we were doing Thursdays still at 6.
Again, no idea why we kept doing that.
Scott would be fucking... Actually, we would both be exhausted because we would both have worked... We would never... We tried to a little bit, but we wouldn't really work any less during the day. We would work our normal work schedules and then just add on like an extra 3 hours of streaming. So it was always a rough time.
You know, streaming's much easier when. Also, now that we've this time around when we've come back, being more lenient about like taking days off from streaming when we're not really feeling it, been a big help. Streaming's been a lot more enjoyable this time around.
It's helped to avoid those bad streams. Because God, I feel like we used to have a lot of bad streams. Just because we would be so exhausted.
Now, if you think that this stream is bad, fuck off.
Yeah. You know, when Flork was here, subscribed, which was awesome. Reached out to Gamersubs and got us a plug, which is awesome. Never answered if he would be on stream.
I know.
But yeah, can't even complain. Can't even complain. It's just a funny little.
It's a funny little goof 'em up.
It's just a little goofy guy. Cowser is starting today, by the way. He's hitting 7th.
Nice.
He's playing left field. I wonder if that means Austin Hayes is like injured. Because he still hasn't been back.
What happened to him again?
He was running down the first base line and his hip started hurting or something.
Oh, I see.
Well, if you think about it, it's probably from when he slammed into that outfield wall. It probably just carried over.
This is a baseball stream again. But a few years ago, you guys played us when we were in a playoff picture, and you ruined our season. You basically, by beating us in 3 straight games, you made it where it was impossible to make the playoffs, and killed all hope for the city and the franchise, and we never really forgave you. Maybe we did that to you guys this time.
Yeah, it's
because I've heard you've been going through a rough patch since that series.
Orioles have been in a rough bit of a rut since that series with the Reds. Hopefully tonight goes better because we're playing the Yankees and these games are important, and we've lost 2 of them so far against the Yankees, which is not nice. And it's a 4-game series, so that would really suck. But Dean Kramer's pitching, so I don't have the highest hopes. We are facing a pitcher who has only pitched in 2 games in the majors. Randy Vasquez. He is
Were they good games?
He went 5 innings, no runs, and 4 innings, 2 runs. So you can't really complain. Better than Dean Kramer. Dean Kramer with a 5.0 ERA, but he's 8-4. Dude wins games.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just me, or maybe I was just comparing them to the Reds. But I felt like when we watched that series, the Orioles were just really kind of low energy.
Well, you know what I think's happening a little bit, and I've not experienced this before because when the Orioles were good before, aside from Machado and some stuff, the strangest part is I feel like a lot of our guys were older guys, like JJ Hardy and Jones, and even Davis. He had been in the league for a while at that point. Like a lot of our stars of that era were guys that have been around. This team is really young. Like a lot of the guys on it are young, and I feel like they all seem very tired. It's like middle of the season.
Yeah.
And I've
Dog
never
days of summer, as they call it. That's
kind of what it feels like, because before that Red series and up until we had been really energetic, kind of like the Reds. But honestly, it feels like everyone's a little gassed out, and I've not experienced this. I've seen other teams go through this. I've not experienced. I've not really been a fan of a team that's been really young and hot and everything like that. So hopefully the All-Star break kind of helps to reset it. But that's definitely.
I'll tell you, those veteran presences are very important. It was one of my favorite things that I've seen all season. Was yesterday. After one of Ellie's at bats, he struck out or something, and then it cut to him in the dugout with Votto, and they were looking at a tablet, and Votto was talking about his at bat and going over the at bat with him. Stuff like that is so. You cannot overestimate how important that is to young players,
Yeah, and what's so weird about the Orioles, or so the reason I think the tired thing is because even the guys on our team that have been in the majors for a while have never been on a winning team, a lot of them, and B, haven't even been in. Austin Hayes has only been in the league for 3 years, and he's never played on a winning team really. Mountcastle has only been in the league for I think 5 years at most. Cedric Mullins has only been in the league for 3 or so years. All of the guys, I guess Santander is our biggest veteran, except for Aaron Hicks and people like that. I mean, and Kyle Gibson. But that's been with the team for a long time, so you don't really get to. So that'll be an interesting thing. Again, really hoping the All-Star break resets it. You see this a lot with young teams when like they call up all their prospects and they have a really crazy start, and then they get to the middle of the year, and either they all get really tired and things get rough from there, or they figure it out. So hopefully they figure it out. Hopefully cows are coming up. For those who don't know, the Orioles just called up one of the biggest prospects in baseball, Colton Cowser. He's debuting tonight. Hopefully that injects more life. I really didn't think Colton Cowser would. I didn't know if he'd be up this year. Because Mike Elias likes leaving guys in the minors for a year, but I guess when you hit 330 and draw like 50 walks in 50 games, there's just not. I guess you just learn at some point that he's just not going to get any better than he.
Strand would never.
Bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Amy said, "Are we watching the game?" Yes, because Colton Cowser's debuting. I will not miss Colton Cowser's debut.
We're cowsing.
We're cowsing. It's exciting watching a team, and I know you're going through this right now too, that just keeps having call up after call up. Like it's like just last week we were calling up Westberg and we were all excited about that. Now we're calling up Cowser. You know, just like a month before that, Joey Ortiz. Just a month before that, Grayson Rodriguez. Who should be up again soon. He'll probably replace Cole Irvin. I guess.
Not Cole Irvin.
It's either him or Dean Kramer, and I think our front office likes Dean Kramer a lot. Because he was good last year.
This is unbelievable. The whole stream I've been listening to Three Doors Down.
Unbelievable in a good way, or
just unbelievable.
You just never could have imagined things would have shaken out like this.
I certainly wouldn't have predicted it. They have legitimately like 3 or 4 different versions of Kryptonite.
If I go crazy, then I don't want to get us.
They have an acoustic version. They also have Kryptonite Escatapa sessions.
Okay.
It's ESCATAWPA sessions.
Which is nice.
I have no idea what that means.
You know, I've been kind of sick all day. If it's because of you and this cough, I'm a little pissed at you.
Man, I've had this cough for a long time.
I don't have a cough, at least.
I really wish I didn't have this cough. I've had it for probably like 3 or 4 months at this point. I might be dying. I don't know.
That's okay. I mean, if it kills you, we have backups for the Patreon right now.
Yeah. If I die, make sure to support the Patreon for a while.
Actually, there's only 2 folders in Drive right now. I'm just assuming there were more hidden away.
They're somewhere.
If you die, I'll go back and I'll start posting work from 2016 that you've never posted. So, incentive to live.
I will haunt your ass.
Ingo says if Scott dies, can I have a backup for the stream? Of course. Well, Ingo, here's the thing, right? If Scott goes, we kind of can't let anybody know. So, what's your best Scott impression? Because we just essentially need you to slot in and be Scott.
Come here, talk about how much you've not watched Gurren Lagann.
You'll have to use Photoshop. I'll pay for your subscription. It's, you know.
This is art.
Ingo said, hello, I am Scott. See, it's too nice. Need a little more oomph, Ingo, and a little more chutzpah. Fuck off, Bryce. There you go. Now you're cooking.
I don't know. What do you think? You thinking like the what guys? What colors? Guys, what colors to do? I'm kind of liking the yellow. I'm not gonna lie.
Kind of like in the yellow.
Kind of like in the yellow.
You're getting a lot of yellows.
Yeah, I'm thinking the yellow's it. That's what it is.
Anyways.
You sleepy or something?
Yeah.
You a little bitch?
I'm a little sleepy. I've only drank 2 cups of coffee today.
I've also only had 2 cups.
I need that third after dinner cup, after Kane's cup.
Then you will definitely shit yourself.
Yeah, like you're not gonna drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm more acclimated.
No, I've gotten past
Guys,
the coffee doesn't bother me like that.
Listen, I don't want to jinx anything, but about 3 months ago, maybe 4 months, I reached like 599,000 followers on Twitter. And then Twitter broke. Twitter decided that it doesn't work, and then I got search banned. Which when you're search banned, you actually lose followers. So I've been at 590,000 for a long time now. I don't want to jinx anything, okay? But, the search ban is gone, and we're slowly climbing back up. We were down at like 597,000 ish. We're coming back up. We're almost there. This is all because of FeeCell. And I'm not joking. A lot of these people came from FeeCell. But I'm gaining more now because so we're almost able to post and say 600.
But the real question is, did you learn your lesson?
I didn't learn my lesson, no. But hopefully I'll be real happy if we can get
Will you do another strip game?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll probably do something. I don't know if it'll be a strip game. I kind of like that thing Yora's doing, where it's like draw her, do an X, and then he just like picks one in the comments. I kind of like that. That's a fun one. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'll have to do something because it's been. I mean, Jesus Christ! I've been actually here. I know what I'm gonna do. This is so everybody knows Fly, a frequent guest of the stream.
Goat.
This is from May 17th. He messaged me this because I was at 599.9. I've never hit 600. I've gotten to 599.9 several times. Something always happens. It's like a cursed number. It really is. So hopefully nothing goes wrong this time.
Ingo out here. Thank you, Ingo. Dropped the Twitter, said take the first link, copy it, send it to your family members.
Yeah, definitely send my Twitter to your family members. They'll love that.
Sorry. I'm a pretty aggressive yawner.
True. Let's see. Last stream when I finished my drawing, I just drew Horus over and over again, but I feel like I shouldn't do that this time.
I kind of think that's part of the stream. Like drawing just
maybe I should
doodles at the end.
Draw something for real.
I mean, you've only got 34 minutes, so
I'll do like maybe I can do an actual drawing. show off my thumbnailing process.
In case you're wondering, Scott will send me storyboards that look worse than this, that I then have to try and wrap my head around.
Yeah, you're about to get like 100 of those.
Yeah, and you have no idea. Sometimes I read my own script along with the storyboards, and I still don't know what's happening in them.
Well, sometimes I make small little changes, like moving a panel around or like splitting something up into 2 panels.
This one, I'm
so I
pretty
mean,
sure
I can
know
understand. What?
It looks like. I'm assuming it's like Isabel working on a wind racer.
Yes, it is.
I've kind of, when it's Kindred Heavens, I've worked on. So who's that? Who's that you're drawing? Is that Carl? Is that okay? Okay. People are gonna think Horace is a bigger character than he is. He has like 5 lines in the book. Do people know that Horace speaks with a British accent?
I don't know.
Do you all know that?
I guess they do now.
Have we even mentioned that? He kind of has a British accent. Does that make him
This
more
is my-
appealing or less appealing to people?
This is my thumbnail process. Is I have an idea and then I draw it like 3 times. So I want to draw Isabel working on a wind racer, and I want to draw like really what I'm aiming for here is I want to draw this. So like the funky little interwoven bits of metal and shit like that. I want to draw that because that's really fun to me. But I need an excuse to do it, I guess.
Draw Horace being eaten by the wind racer. Coward. Draw Horace being the wind racer. Yeah, it's like Thomas the Tank Engine, but with Horace's face on the front of the wind racer. The Whore Racer. Oh, I thought you were gonna make the hair the wings.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, and then like his little strands of hair. This is the. You guys like this? This is Kindred Heavens.
So actually, we talked about doing the little mini comics. This is actually how Isabel beats Cerberus. This is the grand design.
I've been working on this for years. My father's legacy.
Here we are again with the whole world against the Horus.
You know, I was looking through his original
are you
designs.
gonna show it?
Yeah, and I originally the comic was gonna be in black and white. Okay, so the designs changed slightly. They got simplified a little bit, which means that in the original design, Horus was even uglier than he is in the actual book because it was supposed to be in black and white. Look how much fucking detail there's. He has stubble in this image.
He looks like a Muppet. Like he has like this real like Muppet-like quality about him.
Now he's a little bit less.
He
A
kind of
little
looks like
bit
a
not
frog
as
a little
ugly.
bit too. There's like some froggish stuff going on.
A little bit.
Line of dialogue where it's like him spitting out his pipe, being like, "Ribbit." Jesus Christ. Those old designs, some of them were quite different.
Especially, I think it was Felix.
Felix was very different, yeah. And Felix's design is one of those, when you look at the old one now, I can't believe we ever thought that was good compared to the new one.
Let's see if I can find it.
The Robin one was also kind of different, I think. I think he looked a bit more suave in the old one. I feel like I remember. Isabel looks decently the same, just with some tune-ups.
Yeah, the art style as a whole is a bit different now. Like this is Isabel's. I think I crashed Photoshop. There we go. That was Isabel's original design. You can see the whole art's a little bit different. Things have to change when you.
Plans change, kid.
Oh, I don't have the old Felix.
I have it.
But I remember him being
I could
different.
pull it up because it's in Drive.
Because this is what I have.
Oh wait, that might be the one that's in Drive.
Yeah, but there was another version.
Yeah.
There was another one before this that was very different. Before I settled on this, I don't remember exactly what it was though.
Trying to see if I can find it anywhere.
No, there's also this goat, Pierre.
Oh, I have the old Felix. Yeah.
Do you?
Do you want me to show it?
Sure.
Okay. Also, there's an older Isabel than that?
There is.
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. There's another. I found a file in Drive. Let me grab a picture of this. So this is. Oh, sorry. This is the old Felix. That's what he looked like before.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah.
snipping.
No, that sucks. That's
Yeah.
really bad. Yeah, that's. Ugh. Oh god.
Here, I'll see if this. Yeah, this.
I think that was when I was trying to figure out the style for the book, and I ended up settling on obviously what.
And this
what
is the
style
old
actually
Isabel.
is.
So
Yeah.
quite a bit different. Don't notice the part one. Don't worry about that. Don't. I didn't
It
realize.
doesn't mean anything.
I didn't realize they all said part one. It means nothing. Yeah. I know Robin. Yeah, because all the characters had an older design. Because I actually think, looking at these redos, were these the ones after we switched to color? Even though they're all in black and white? No, I guess not. But
No.
oh, I found the
'Cause
old
I have-
Robin one. Oh my fucking god! Can you care if I show this too?
No, go ahead. We've already ruined the mystique.
It looks so different. Yeah, because I remembered he used to look so fucking different. Look at him.
Yeah, I remember that now. Damn, he looks fucking.
That's what I'm saying. He looks so sharp. He honestly looks more like Lucas in this old one.
Yeah, I don't have any of those old ones.
They're just in
I guess
Drive.
I deleted them and got them off of my
You got rid of him.
computer. Got Marcel, the goat. I don't know if I have any more fun ones to show. I got this one.
You drew that on stream.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's
Oh,
how,
yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that one was drawn on stream. I actually, now that I think about it, wasn't that Horus one drawn on stream? I think it was.
It might have been.
Yeah. That character, here I'll give out some spoilers a little bit. That character Scott just showed will not be in the series until book 3. So that's some
Yeah.
some future jumping right there. Yeah, because you drew all the mechanics, I think, with the exception of Leo. I think you drew those on stream.
I'm trying to think if there's any. I guess I can show this just because I won't have it up long enough for anybody to really read anything. But
I was gonna say you're gonna show one of the old pages.
yeah, this was the original art style for the thing. It was going to be in black and white, and it was kind of cool. It was basically just like like Dragon Ball. or at least
Look at
a lot
that
more
fake
similar
Felix
to it.
back there that you drew.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this was before.
We had that Felix.
Yeah.
That was when we got told the book needed to be better. That was early. Wow, when would that even have been? I mean, that's...
A long time ago. Let's see. Been about a year, maybe a little less than
March of 2022 is when we were working on the pitch. That pitch, I mean. It's a long time ago. So that means in March and April, it looks like, of last year, we hadn't even moved to color. We hadn't even broken the books up. We didn't do all that until, like, shit. I mean, I think you started drawing the actual book in, like, September. So.
Yeah, something like that. Welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the chat room.
Also, hi, Mr. Cheese Dong. The goat. In what book will the hoe racer be shown? I think
That's book 6.
I think that's the lewd. It's Horace eating somebody as a wind racer. It's like, you know that game with like the train that's like a monster that attacks people? It's like that, but it's Horace. It's not lewd because it's NSFW. It's just lewd because it's graphic and gory. Would you like to explain what you're doing right here, Scott?
I am making a perspective grid.
Well, now that he's explained what he's doing, do you all feel filled in? Everyone's getting to see you work from scratch here.
It's true. I probably will scrap this drawing, so it'll be a true look into my whole process.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm not gonna, because like stream's gonna end in like 30 minutes or something, and I feel like I'm just gonna I'm not gonna be doing any more drawing today. So I feel like once the clock turns over into tomorrow, it's like that's it, buddy boy.
You heard it here. Scott hates his fans. He won't finish work for them. You know, Kane seems like the kind of food I should drink a beer with. It seems like beer food. Kind of. I was gonna drink beer that one night that we ate the wings, but then I took one bite of the wings and I was like, that'd be a bad combination. That's not gonna go well. How's your gnat problem been?
Well, there's one that's been buzzing around all stream, which is not nice.
We've finally cleared ours up, or we're on the road to clearing ours up. So.
Yeah, don't jinx it.
We
can
just
come back.
We just apple cider vinegared that bitch, and I've killed so many of them. Just that and a little bit of dish soap. That's what I was told to do, and it's what's worked for me.
This is Bryson Scott Home Remedies.
It's because I've learned that they're attracted to. What do you think they like about the apple cider vinegar, Scott?
I don't know.
They like the yeast. It's not the sugar. Apparently, gnats and fruit flies and the like, big fans of yeast. They're yeasty little boys.
They're yeasty little boys.
That's why they are called fruit flies, because there's yeast in rotting fruit, which is what they like to fornicate in.
They be fucking.
Yeah, and so you put out a thing of apple cider vinegar because they like it. You can do white vinegar, but I tried that because I didn't have any apple cider vinegar. It did not work. They did not fall for my tricks. And then you just put a little bit of dish soap and just like a few drops. And what that does is the vinegar attracts them, and then they fly in, and the dish soap changes like the surface density. So then they cannot fly out and they drown. So if you ever have a fruit fly problem, drown them. I have like 10 of them in a cup in the office that I need to dump out after stream.
Remind me not to piss you off.
Well, it's okay, they're bugs. This is true. They're also, much like bed bugs, they don't contribute anything to this world. They're rotten little creatures that deserve to be gone. You know, other bugs, like spiders and shit, they contribute. They're protected. I have a spider that's been in my kitchen. He's my pantry spider. I haven't killed him, but you know what? He kills so many random little things that he's just hanging out. He's just a goofy little guy committing murder. Every once in a while, his web gets a little too big. I gotta vacuum part of it up. He even knows to go. He even sees the vacuum and he goes, okay, and he retreats. He runs away. Now, those kind of bugs are okay. I'm also from the south. I've learned that there are a lot of bugs down here.
True. Also storms.
Also storms. You know, you told me, you were talking to me and you were like, this is your first summer in the Midwest. You're going to have to get used to all these storms and everything. Apparently, my Amy told me that when she was with your Amy the other day, she told her that it's not normally like this and that normally it doesn't storm very often. So we're getting conflicting reports.
No, she's out of her mind. That's why like the Reds games are always rained out. Just because there's so many storms here. I mean, now that week, like last week, that was a little extreme.
Oh, I looked.
Right, but
I meant to tell you this. I looked at the weather today. Do you know it's supposed to rain for like 6 straight days?
I did not.
It's going to rain tomorrow. It's going to rain. Actually, it's cleared up a little bit. It's going to rain Sunday. It's going to rain Monday. It's going to rain Wednesday. It's going to rain Thursday. It's going to rain Friday. It was originally going to rain Friday and Saturday.
Well, we're in good weather now then.
Tomorrow, it's only going to rain like all day, it looks like. Which is nice.
Could be. Guys, this GIF I posted today is doing numbers.
Is that true? Is it doing well?
It's doing well. I tried to respond to it with a GIF that was like, you know, like go subscribe on the Patreon for variants, because I went through the effort of making that. It just doesn't. You can't do that now. Apparently, it just wouldn't work. So.
Also can't promote anymore.
Also can't promote anymore. I have to just say, hey, go do this. I can't actually put the links. Why? Because Twitter's awful. Don't worry, because tomorrow, Threads comes out.
Threads, let's go! Threads!
I would not be surprised if it prompts some sort of return. You remember for like a week when Elon had that thing that was like you can't post links at all. Wouldn't be, or you'd get like banned if you had links in your profile. Wouldn't be surprised if we see like a return of that with Threads coming out. Unless it's awful.
Would you like to explain to people what Threads is?
Instagram saw Twitter like on fire, and they were like, "Let's just do that." So they've made like a Twitter clone.
Scott, will you be on Threads day one?
Probably. I will. Maybe not day one because I assume it'll be very buggy. But
Are you going to be?
I will make one. I will be there because I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere all the time. I'm an omniscient being.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. No, I like to post everywhere. I mean, as people know, I have like fucking, like Instagram. I have Tumblr, Reddit. I mean, I'm everywhere. So,
do you think this is all to set up their eventual blood bout in the UFC between Zuckerberg and Elon?
Maybe. That would be high stakes. Luis Robert Jr. is in the home run derby.
Luis Robert.
Don't I hate him because of like the show?
Yeah, because he was really awful for both of us actually in the show. Although granted,
so fuck that guy.
We didn't play a lot of the show this year.
No, but I played enough.
So Scott, out of here.
Yeah.
Deeper in this drawing. Sorry, I'm tired. Do you think you'll scrap it still?
Maybe. I might finish it on stream on Friday. That might be a better use of my time. I've done enough Lucius this week.
Wow. When are we gonna start streaming on Kick?
Whenever they give us $100 million.
Well, Kick, the ball's in your court.
Yeah, it sure is.
We'll be waiting.
For the record, any website that gives us $100,000, we will stream on.
Any website that doesn't just come to us and be like, hey, we want to offer you a sponsorship, and then just offer us worse terms than a Twitch partnership.
Oh no, Bryce, who are you talking about?
I don't know. Who am I talking about?
Oh no, who are you talking
I
about?
don't know. Who am I talking about? Mixer, actually. Moment of silence for Mixer.
Is that not around anymore?
No, dude. Mixer only lasted like 6 months.
I don't. Yeah, I keep up with all the fucking stream news.
It's not even streaming. This is from like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, but it still streams stuff.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's like become like your favorite thing to do.
It's pretty funny. Hey, that guy said that Mixer lasted a year. So which is it?
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't that long. They gave Ninja like 30 million and Shroud like 30 million, and then shut down.
The only legitimately, and I mean this with no hint of irony or anything, the only Ninja content I've ever intaken in my life is when he hosted that New Year's thing, and none of the casters knew who he was, and then he tried to get everyone in the audience to like floss, and either nobody knew what it was and who he was, or just nobody wanted to do it. So that's the only thing I remember or have ever seen about Ninja.
The only thing I fucking know about Ninja is that thing, and the thing he once said to that one person. I'm trying to find the exact quote so I don't quote it wrong. Hold on. Yeah, he said he was like, somebody was like giving him shit in Fortnite, and he said, "I can literally purchase the bank your house is being loaned out to."
Yeah, I vaguely remember
That's
that.
the only other ninja thing I've ever encountered. That, and then the fact that Mixer gave him a lot of money. Mixer mixed him.
They got mixed. Oh, did I delete that little horse drawing of him with the being the Wind Racer?
That's upsetting. What are you doing now? Now you're animating? I looked away for 2 seconds. Okay. We're cooking now. XQC in response to that said, "Then I'll double pay what he pays," and it turned into drama of who had more money on Reddit. I feel like after that $100 million contract, that answer is probably pretty obvious.
True. Also, that's the most like
Reddit thing I've ever heard.
Reddit thing and like streamer bullshit thing that I've ever heard in my life.
What, you mean you don't care about who has more money than another rich person?
No.
That's crazy.
No.
My rich person is richer than your rich person. That's a really good way to put it. Yeah, I couldn't imagine caring so much about shit like that. So what are you concocting here, Scott?
Just let me cook.
Okay.
All right. I don't come into your place of business
You don't come.
and ask what you're doing.
Yeah, you do. You do that every day.
But I don't. This is animating's a process. You have to give me a second. Everything will become clear in due time.
I don't know why I'm so tired.
You're always tired.
I actually didn't sleep very well last night.
You never sleep very well.
No, I have been sleeping better since I've started actually sleeping a little bit. I even slept in this morning. I woke up at 8.
Wow. Fucking cringe.
You also woke up at 8.
Yeah, but it's different when I do it.
Is this the start of the Horus loop?
This is gonna be great.
You know
just
how
gotta let me cook.
Lucia has that like fake boyfriend that you always draw her, or well did for the longest time? You should just start slowly morphing that guy into Horus. Like one drawing, have him have a little bit less hair, he's a little bit bigger, and like every loot, like start doing that. Then like have like a final one where Lucy is like, "I'll always love you no matter what," and then we turn and like it's the camera and we finally show off the full Horus. This is a whole fucking thing that you're doing.
You have to let me cook.
I'll let you cook. Ooh, the loaf has the Project We Love tag.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. It says it on the page, at least.
Oh, that's good.
Which is nice.
Which is nice.
Jesus Christ, Scott. What is happening?
Let me cook. Let me cook.
How many fucking frames is this gonna be?
Until somebody stops me, I guess.
We're at 2 hours. I'm gonna slump back in my chair as Scott just You know,
Is this like an animation tutorial, you think?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
is
yeah.
anybody learning?
I'll
Are you
post
guys
this-
learning?
You know, we have
from
that
this?
playlist of tutorials that you've done. I'll make sure to put this in. I started playing a new game last night. Started playing Project Zomboid. Me and Amy started playing it together. Pretty fun. It's pretty fun. That's all I have to really say about it. It's pretty fun. We were bored and looking for something to play. And I'd been curious for a while, and so I finally took the plunge. Died a lot at the start.
We're cooking now.
Are those like
We're
muscles
cooking
or
with gas now,
breasts?
boys.
Or both? No, that's cool. Don't answer me. Leave me hanging. I didn't think that we'd be 13 frames deep into some kind of forest animation. I like that his head keeps getting more and more hidden by the muscles.
Bryce, entertain the people.
That's what I'm doing. What do you mean? Am I not being entertaining?
Bryce?
Hello? Can you all hear me?
Hello?
Oh, God. That sounds like we have some kind of
happening?
technical difficulties.
Can I not be heard?
I can hear you. I can see my levels. I can see that people can hear me. That's cool. I guess I'll message them.
What happened?
I guess he can't hear us. Well, everybody, since it's just us here, and we're all just vibing,
They can hear us both. Well, I can't hear
well,
Bryce.
we're just gonna be goofy little
So,
guys.
What does that mean?
I don't know, Mr. Malin, because I can hear you.
Uh.
Well, while Scott tries to figure out what's wrong with him, we're gonna
Well, I can't.
Well,
Okay.
you know, I don't know what we're gonna do, everybody. We're just gonna sit here.
I can't hear.
And
Well,
we're just gonna
huh.
talk.
I guess.
We're gonna
We're gonna finish this
we're gonna go to the
this
pause
stream
screen real
in
quick.
silent. Bryce, I hope you can carry.
As we go through technical difficulties trying to figure out what is wrong. Well, I suppose Scott has given up trying to figure out what is wrong. There's nothing wrong on my end. Everything's fine here. I'm not muted in Discord. My mic is not muted. I wonder if his headset died. And he doesn't know.
Well, this is technical difficulties.
Well, everyone, I still don't fully know what Scott is drawing except for a transforming Horus. So this is it. This is Horus transforming. Super Saiyan Horus, maybe. I feel like the insight that he could have given would have made it a little bit more funny. But I feel like without that insight, I feel like we're left to wonder what the man might be thinking. You know, Scott is a very complex being at his core. He seems very simple when you see him, just drawing the same things and doing the same things and almost like a robot. I'm not saying that he's a robot, but I'm saying there are definitely some Zuckerberg qualities there in him. But when you actually get into the meat of it, when you get into really who he is as an artist and what he'll be remembered by, and you actually look at Horus, you start to see that between all the different folds, some muscular, some, a bit of chub that Horus has picked up over his many years traveling across the globe, you start to understand that Scott puts layers into all of his artwork. Some Photoshop layers, some metaphorical layers. Some of them tell you about him as a person, such as the fact that he likes to draw men, specifically old men. Now, what does this mean? This all goes back to Scott's father, or lack thereof. You know, his father not being around for him as a small boy has thus drawn him to now draw nothing but men that he wishes could, in many ways, is a surrogate father figure for Scott. He is everything that when Scott looks at Horus, he goes, I wish that was my father. I wish that was my dad. And truthfully, I don't think any of us think like that, but I think Scott's his mind is so complex that that's where it goes. And so I think that's why him drawing Horus going Super Saiyan here is not to be funny or anything like that. It is actually his way of showing that it's actually a fantasy and it's not his real father. Instead, this is fantastical and it's fake and it's him imagining what could have been had he been there. And so you see through this whole transformation, what you're actually seeing is a deep look into Scott's psyche and a deep look into who he is as a person and who he could have been if his father had been there. To end all of this, because I'm running out of material as time goes on, I will say that if there has ever been anything that should make you buy the book, it's this. So if you ever want to go support us on Kindred Heavens, Kindred Heavens is a story about a father
look for a person to raid
who is struggling to keep his company alive, much in the way that Scott is struggling without having a father. On that note, everybody, I'd like to say goodbye. I'm assuming Scott has found someone to raid or will find someone to raid, and I'm going to put us on the thanks for watching screen. As always, thanks for watching. Happy late 4th of July. Freedom.